Hello everyone, happy Saturday. I just got back from the grocery store, well, 2 grocery stores, and this week was a little different than I normally do because I normally go to a lot of different stores and the farmer's market and then a store during the week. But this week I really was like, I want to save money. I'm going to just do it all in one weekend. I'm going to go to 2 stores and really figure out what I really need and not buy what I don't need and kind of really use what I have at home because, right, this week has been focused on saving money. I am currently in a 6-week raw food and weightlifting challenge where I am eating 100% raw food, no protein powder, no cooked food, none of that, and getting enough protein to be able to lift really heavy. And I mean, I'm building some muscles. My arms are getting stronger. I haven't lifted at all, so it doesn't look that good, but it does look good in the gym. So I've been doing this, I've been eating all this, and it's been expensive. To say the least, it's been very expensive. So this week I'm like, all right, this is my last week of my budget because I budget into this week. It's my last week. So I'm like, okay, let me keep it cheaper, you know? So this week was about $115, and that, I think that's pretty much all I really need. I'm going to order some lentils, I think, that I need for the next week, but I don't know if I'll have that hit this week's budget, but I wanted to keep it affordable. Typically, it's been about $180 or so a week and more a little bit because I've been buying spirulina, I've been buying chlorella, so little things I don't normally buy that are kind of expensive. They're actually not that expensive. If you compare it to protein powder and like supplements and stuff that you buy or any of these, you know, network marketing type companies that they sell you powders and pills and stuff, these are relatively way cheaper. I mean, I'm getting like chlorella pills. These are probably, I don't even know how much I spent on these. These are probably like $12, you know, and this will last me like a week and a half for these. So it's not that expensive, but I don't know. So I wanted to show you guys everything that I got and kind of show you how I'm using that for my week because I have all my groceries behind me. And yeah, I got some really good stuff. I was really excited. So this was probably one of my most exciting grocery trips that I have taken this entire year so far. And probably for a while, if not ever. I think it could have been, I was like, oh my gosh. The only thing that would have made this grocery trip more exciting was if I would have found durian for $2.99 a pound. I would have been like in heaven. I did find durian, but it was frozen and not, so I could have had it. But I got some of my favorite fruits, so I'll show you guys as I go by. But I'm really excited because I got some good stuff. So first off, I got a pineapple. The pineapples are starting to look a little bit more green, which is not that great, but this one had a relatively enough, you know, yellow in there for me. I like them really gold. I like them really yellow, but this one was okay. He's got a smell. I can smell him, so I do like a pineapple. I use pineapple for smoothies, and I'm using them for mostly breakfast smoothies that I've been doing. I've been doing pineapples, and it's been great for me. I also got some kale. So I have been doing a lot of greens and a lot of spinach, and I've been noticing that I'm not getting enough calcium. So how do I bring in calcium? With some kale. So I got some kale. I'm going to be eating this, I believe. I'm not juicing this, I'm eating this. I think, yeah, I'm eating this in a salad. So I'll be munching on my greens and chewing my greens. I really need to do that. And then these are a little bit green, but they will turn ripe. So these are organic mangoes. So this is another one of my favorite foods. So favorite food number 1 that I got that I was really excited about, organic mangoes. These were only $8 for 4 of them. So not too bad. They'll take probably the end of this time next week. They'll probably be perfect. Maybe a little bit longer actually, because they're pretty green. So I like them to sit a little bit. So we probably won't be eating those this week, but I have a case of mangoes that I bought a week prior that I'll be using this week. So it's kind of like you just rotate, you just keep buying mangoes and you have mangoes ripen and then you replace them with more mangoes. So that's what I do, but those mangoes are delicious. I got some carrots. I'm going to be doing a raw pad thai. So we're going to do some spiralized carrots in there. And these ones are really thick, so I can actually do the zoodles and do some noodles with them. So that'll be really good. That is all in this bag. And then I got lots of good stuff. Oh yeah. Outside of that, I do buy lentils. I buy lentils online. I wonder if I have the bag, or I do have the bag here. So I bought these on Amazon, and they're the same things that you can get from it's totally on the tip of my tongue. The grow place that I buy all my microgreens from. It's not Thrive Market, but I'll think about it. But they're sprouting seeds, and it's the same brand that you can buy on there. You can buy these on Amazon, and it's Crunchy Lentil Fest. and they're really good. It's a bunch of different types of lentils. So there's French lentils, red lentils, green lentils, and they're delicious when they sprout. They're crunchy, they're good. They're not too hard on my stomach. At the beginning of the challenge, I was doing sprouted chickpeas, and I did sprouted quinoa. I didn't really love the quinoa. I'm not a quinoa person. I don't really like quinoa very much. And the chickpeas kind of got to my stomach a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. But it's still, they're very mucus forming. And as a detoxification specialist, I know I'm like, I shouldn't be putting beans and, legumes in my body. That's not something I should do, especially these. But these are easier. They're crunchy. But right now I am soaking them. I got to soak them for 8 to 12 hours. I kind of completely forgot. So I'll be soaking them today, dumping them, and then just rinsing them twice a day, and then they'll grow sprouts. And probably by Wednesday, I'll be able to use them. So I'm excited I got those sprouts. But that's something that I had bought that I'll be using this week that's not part of my grocery list. What else do I have? I have organic cilantro. I got some of that. I'm doing a juice this week. Covering my list. I'm doing a juice this week. I'm doing a green apple and celery juice. So I've got a bunch of green apples that I'm going to be juicing, and then I have some celery that I bought as well. So some celery, 2 stalks of celery to juice as well for the apple and celery juice that I'm going to be drinking. Sounds kind of boring, just apples and celery, but we'll see. Oh yeah, there's another apple. So I got like 6 apples or so, I think. And then number 2 favorite fruit that I got is some rambutan. And you guys, these, if you could see, I should open it. Probably gonna eat this after this. You can see these look so good. This one doesn't look that, well, maybe turn over. But yeah, this is the color. Like, you want them to look like that red color, and so sometimes you'll see them darker, you'll see them lighter, but I'm like, oh my God, they don't really smell. But I was really excited for these, and they weren't too expensive. I think this whole pack was $6.79 for a bunch of these. And this is right here a snack. This is a perfect snack. This is probably like 120 calories maybe. I don't know. I'd have to put it in the tracker, but I think this is probably about 120 calories maybe that you would eat this rambutan. Super delicious. I also got some dark grapes. So the darker the better for your body. Just think about that. When you get the grapes, you want the dark grapes. So I got some of these black seedless grapes. Seedless, whatever, is cool. What am I doing grapes with? I'm doing probably in smoothies. I like to have grapes on me because they're really good for this challenge. They've got some protein. They give you the nutrition. They give you a lot of nutrition. Actually, the grapes are one of the best things you can put in your body, you guys. So I know Jen's watching and she loves grapes. So grapes are delicious. And yeah, I wasn't really into them, but now that I'm like, I like to mix grapes with bananas and spirulina because spirulina is kind of a little difficult to find stuff that mixes with it, and grapes, banana, and spirulina is really good. Like, really good. Grapes with spirulina has kind of just bringing it up, so it's been working really well for me. I got a ton of different bananas, so just packs of bananas, because I needed some that were ripe. So these aren't even organic because the organic ones were green. I'm like, I am out of bananas today, so I need more bananas. So you're going to see quite a bit of bananas on this table. I have 2 of these. I got 2 coconuts because I want to do coconut water and then get the coconut meat and use coconut meat is very fattening. So I'm trying to eat low fat, like crazy low fat, a little bit higher protein than 80-10-10, and then keep my carbs, 80%, 70% in that range or so. But coconut meat is not something I can add in right now, so I have to be very careful with it. So basically when I open up the top, I can have the top of the coconut meat, and that's like enough. That's like all I can have for the day, and that's crazy because it's just too much fat right now for what I'm trying to do and the macros I'm trying to achieve in this challenge. So I'm going to be drinking the water. I'll be saving the meat, maybe freezing the meat. I can freeze the meat. It actually will get moldy pretty quick. I had some in there. It's been 2 weeks and it was moldy. So I'm like, yeah, gotta be careful. Probably juice it or freeze it. Freeze it would be the best thing to do. And then we got, jumping into another store, running out of room over here. I got some organic. This is so sad. Like, this is the size of the lettuce that you get in a grocery store. If I were to get this at the farmer's market, it would be like triple this size for the exact same price. That's what's crazy. It's insane. But I was like, I only need lettuce that I would get from the farmer's market, and I don't really want to just go to just buy lettuce. I'm trying to save money. This was it was cheaper. I don't know how much this was. But yeah, organic lettuce to eat. I got some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes. These are also organic. And then I got these are another favorite thing that I found. Not one of my exciting things, but This is kind of a little hack that I found, I guess. I'm trying to get more protein in my meals, and I'm like, how do I get more protein when I eat a lot of fruit? And I eat a lot of fruit smoothies. So how do I add protein into fruit smoothies other than just throwing in spirulina? Because I'm eating a lot of spirulina. I'm like, I want to have meals that aren't just spirulina, you know? So I found these sprouted buckwheat crunches, and you can find these on Amazon. I actually have a link for them in my challenge because I'm going to have people buy these if they want to do this because it's delicious. So a 4th cup of this is 6 grams of protein. So that's giving you more protein, you know, than other things. And so it just gives you that little bit of boost, because eating raw, you're not eating something that's going to give you 20, 30 grams of protein. You're just getting it everywhere and all your foods and all the different things. And it's all kind of combining. I'm getting 70 grams of pure protein, raw protein, you know, from no protein powder. I'm not taking any of that, just from the foods that I'm eating. So I'm getting it in a lot more than I was before. So these are great, and they're crunchy and they're delicious. But if you wanted to save money, I mean, they're on sale right now for me at my store. So these are $5.99, so they're not too expensive for me. I'm okay with it. This will last me 4 smoothie bowls. I think there's 4 servings in here, so 4 smoothie bowls, which is cool. I'll probably have some of it into next week. But yeah, I love these, you guys. This is my favorite little trick, because I've been trying to, how do I sneak little ways to get protein in, and these are delicious. So there's that. And then I got some Thai bananas, because I haven't found Thai bananas. So these are, you can kind of see they're blue. So Thai bananas are like bluish, and then they turn ripe, but they're delicious. They're like sweeter, I think, than regular bananas. But you can kind of see that they're blue. They're a little bit blue. I haven't seen them in the store for a while, so I was like, ooh, I have to buy them. I have to get them on some more stuff. Running out of space. So more bananas. See, these were the organic ones, and they're green. And I'm like, I don't eat green bananas. I won't put those in my smoothies. So that's going to be a couple days. These ones were organic still, but they're still not there. They're still too green. Like, I will not eat bananas. If there's any green in the stem, I won't eat bananas. If there's green, like on the tips and stuff, I won't eat the banana. You want the banana to ripen, because you want the sugars to be, you know, perfect for you. You don't want it to be green because it's going to be too starchy. You don't want it to be overripe because it's going to be too fermented. You know, you want it to be in that middle spot. Everybody has really high opinions about bananas and how they like their bananas. I got a red onion. I'm doing, can't remember now because I buried all my stuff. I'm doing an avocado gazpacho, a rod pad thai, and then some salads, kale and avocado salad with pine nuts. I'm doing a sprouted lentil and vegetable mix. So some of those things will probably change it up. I got a big thing of chia seeds. I'm going through a lot of chia seeds. Chia seeds are another way for me to get protein in, because, or not protein, calcium. Calcium is something that I'm not getting a lot of in this thing. So I'm like, how can I find calcium? Chia seeds. So 1 teaspoon of chia seeds isn't too many grams of fat. It's been working really well in my diet. So I got 2 limes. I have some limes in the freezer or refrigerator, but I can always use more. I got some organic ginger. So this is just a pack of ginger. This was only $3, but it's like, this will last me for a while. I had a pack in there for like months, and then it lasts for a long time, so I probably won't use all of it. I got 2 English cucumbers, so I like these a lot better. I think the American cucumbers in the stores, the ones with the waxy outside, I just can't do it. Like, I think they're disgusting. So these are a little bit better. I can eat the outside of these. I like to spiralize these or chop them up, but I've been really into mango cucumber dishes. That's been one of my favorite things to do. So good. Couple more, actually, 2 more things. Then I got more organic tomatoes, because I bought like the actual tomatoes and they just tasted rubbery, like organic ones. And I spent a bunch of money on them and it tasted rubbery and just weird. So I'm like, all right, I'm going back to just these kind of tomatoes. I think I'm making, the soup. And I'm like, these are actually perfect to blend. Woo, as I drop them. These are great to blend. They'll give you that sweetness. I like that. I'm like, it's cool. I'm using that in my soup instead of actual tomatoes. I got some bell peppers. I've been eating a lot of red bell peppers in this challenge, which is nice. Zucchini. Zucchini has protein in it, you guys. Zucchini has quite a bit of protein in it. So I'm doing a raw pad thai, so I bet these are probably the noodles for that. I got 3 of the zucchinis, actually, because they're kind of small, and so I didn't know how many noodles I would get out of it. So I got 3 of those. And then, what's it called in here? I got a little, this is so tiny, look at this is red cabbage. I think this is like $2. I hope this wasn't too expensive, but look at that, it's tiny. I don't need that much red cabbage, but I don't remember what I was doing. Red cabbage, probably the pad thai. I think there's probably cabbage in there. Another bell pepper. I got 2 bell peppers. And then I read something somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. And they were like, oh, you should buy these bananas from the store because nobody buys these bananas. They're the number ones that people toss because they're looking for the packs and they'll take one off or whatever, and people won't just buy like the single bananas, and so these are the ones that get tossed like the first. So when I went to Mother's Market, I saw these 3 bananas and they were the only ones that weren't with the pack, and I was like, I'll save them. So I'll take them, even though there's probably a lot of people that go into Mother's Market that just want 1 banana, so I probably screwed them and now they have to open up a pack, but whatever. I'm like, I'll take these bananas, and they looked pretty decent. So I was like, and they're not, there's a little bit of green on the banana, but oh, and thank you, David, for that. Yeah, great tip on the wax versus plastic on the cucumber. Yeah, the cucumbers. If the American cucumbers, I always grade them or like peel them. I never eat that. I won't eat that outside. I don't know what that outside is. That's disgusting. But this year, you guys, I'm going to be taking on cucumbers. So I'm going to be growing my own cucumbers. I need to go to my coworker's house, which is down the street. She grows all of this stuff, and she's got cucumbers, she's got tomatoes, she's got lettuce. So I'm going to pick up some stuff from her, some seeds or some starters that she probably, I think she's got some starter tomatoes right now, which I kind of want to go get. But she's like this botanist that grows all this stuff, and it's cool. She lives like a mile from me, so I can go get whatever I want. But I'm going to plant some stuff outside and do cucumbers for the first time, which is cool. I got an eggplant right now going, so I can't really eat cooked eggplant during this challenge. I could probably eat raw eggplant. I really hope that the eggplant kind of keeps going. He's like this big right now, so hopefully he like grows and I get 4 more, at least a month, because after a month I'll be off of this challenge and then I can eat it if I want to eat it cooked. But I don't know if I'm going to go back to cooked food for a while, you guys. Like this feels really good. And I know after this I'm going to be testing my body. I'm going to go in and do blood work. I don't know if I'm going to do blood work. I'm going to do a bioenergetic test, which is basically the same as what blood work will tell me. And I'm going to see kind of where I'm at. If I feel like I need to go deeper and do blood work, I will. I'm not against it. But I think all I am going to need is a bioenergetic test, see where the body's at, possibly probably most likely have to go into a mini detox for a couple months. So it's all coming, and I'm like, well, that's all raw. So I'm like, I'm going to be mostly raw food this year, and that's how my life is. This is the 4th year that I've been mostly raw food. You know, there's months that I'm 100% raw, and it's very easy. You know, this challenge, the food has been the easiest thing because it's very easy for me to eat raw. I'm not eating a lot of fruit, and so that has been the hardest thing. If you've noticed, I mean, I guess this is a lot of fruit for a lot of people, but for me, I was so used to just eating fruit and only fruit, and there was no way I wasn't eating this much green. I was eating greens. I wasn't eating this much beans. I didn't eat any sort of sprouted things at all. But I'm going to show you my last 2 things that I got, and these are the most exciting things. I pulled up to the store today, you guys, and there was 2 bins outside, and these bins had both of these things in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was almost shaking. I was so excited. But number 1, I've had this before, but he is 25 pounds, 25.17 pounds, and he was $14.85. So I got this jackfruit right here. It actually is pretty heavy. Look, you can see it. Whew. Okay, jackfruit. He's not ready. If you can see, he's definitely not ready to cut up yet. I'm going to have to take off the plastic and let him ripen, but you want it to be a little bit, not 100% green like this. You want to smell. So the last one I had, I didn't get any sort of smell out of it, so I'm going to be really bummed, but all of the jackfruits in the bin, this was the smallest. If you can imagine, this is the smallest. So I pull up and I'm like, crap, like I'm not supposed to be eating as much fruit as I'm eating, and then I see this jackfruit. I gotta secure him over here, make sure he doesn't fall. Okay, I see the jackfruit, and I was like, oh crap, like how am I gonna fit jackfruit in? I have to eat jackfruit. I mean, that's cheap. That's gonna be meals all week, well, not all week, because it only lasts about 4 days or so after, so I'm probably gonna have to freeze some jackfruit. But I'm like, how am I gonna eat jackfruit? How am I gonna fit this in? So I look it up in my thing, and you guys, it has, because jackfruit you think of it as a higher fat fruit, you know, it's got a little bit more substance than, it's kind of more, you would think of it like a banana a little bit, but it's got more substance than an apple, you know, so it's a little bit dense, it's a lot more dense, it's an exotic fruit, you know, you get fats, you get a lot of different things, but it's got more protein than fat, and it actually has a decent, I can't remember what it was, but it's got a decent amount of protein, like a lot more protein than banana, so I'm like, heck yeah, I'm eating jackfruit for my snacks. So my snacks this week, because I am eating fruit now as snacks instead of huge meals, and if they are huge meals, I'm adding in chia seeds or I'm adding in spirulina, so I'm kind of balancing it with a little stuff, which is not normally what I do. I really hope I don't throw myself into detox, or not detox, but health issues, because I'm properly combining my food, but it's 6 weeks, it's fine, it's a challenge, it's a test, it's a challenge. But the number 1 thing, I'm really excited, he's actually kind of small. It was my first watermelon. This is my first watermelon all season. I haven't had one yet. He looks really good. He was the heaviest one. I picked up about 6 different watermelons. He's got that nice yellow spot. You want that yellow field spot on your watermelon. You want it to be heavy. This was literally the heaviest one. It was smaller than the other ones, but he was heavier than all the other ones. And it's nice and circle. So I don't know if that means anything, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm very excited for watermelon. So this week I'm going to be having watermelon and then jackfruit as my fruit snacks during the fruit snacks time. And then all the other food. I'm excited. I got lots of delicious food. It wasn't too expensive. I'm not eating out at all. I don't really need to eat out. If I do go out and buy anything out, it's wheatgrass shots. I just got a wheatgrass shot. It's $3 for 2 ounces of wheatgrass, which just, I like the taste of wheatgrass. I just do it because it tastes good. But, or if I just need something. I was kind of out and I was like, I'm a little hungry. I haven't had anything yet. But I'm going to make a smoothie now for breakfast. I don't know what kind of smoothie, but it's going to include spirulina. So I've been eating just a lot of spirulina and chlorella, a lot more than I ever did. I wasn't sure that you could eat as much as I'm eating. Like I'm eating a significant amount of it, you guys. This is a lot. I didn't know if you could eat this much, but I went back and I read this book and I was like, like, and it all kind of, it gave me the dosages and all this, and it literally gave me tons of information about it. And I was like, you can do this. I don't see people talking about it. And that's why I've kind of been like, can you do this? People don't really talk about this, you know? So I don't know. I'm doing it. I'm trying it. I'm getting strong with raw foods. I know you can do it, but taking that protein up with spirulina and chlorella instead of protein powder has been very different for me, you know, but in the grand scheme, it's all powder, I guess. I mean, I guess I could eat spirulina dried if I wanted to. I could. I really could. And then I'm taking chlorella. I don't like the taste of it, so I'm just taking the pills of that because I'm like, I tried to put this in my smoothie and I was like, nope, nope. So I can't do it. If I can't do it, you guys can't do it. Like the regular public is not going to do it. I'm very much like, I like my smoothies to taste like dirt. Like I like my smoothies to taste like green. Like I want to taste like I'm eating a garden. Like I like that. So if I can't do it, you're not doing it. Like I know that. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to put smoothies in my book that have chlorella in them. I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe I've got 4 more weeks along this journey to figure out. Maybe I find new combinations. Maybe I find good things. I have so far found some really delicious combinations for spirulina, like delicious combinations for spirulina to do. So yeah, what were you saying? Gabriel Cousins talked about adding spirulina and added protein difference in his diet. Yeah, so for working out and recovery, you guys, and muscle building, like there's data and science behind this. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it. You know, I'm gonna try it, but it also works with fruit too, you know? So I'm like, after I do this, maybe I'll do a whole 6-week challenge with just fruit and build muscles with fruit. So I don't know, but it's been, I don't really notice a difference. I'm not noticing a difference other than like, I feel sad that I'm not eating as much fruit. I think that's the only difference I really notice. Like, is I'm like, I don't feel, yeah, I'm not eating as much food. Like I took my calories down too. I was eating a lot of calories, and it's weird because you get into this lifestyle, and when you get into the raw food lifestyle, they're like, eat in abundance, eat whatever you want. Like it's okay. Like, you know, these are good calories, but you can't really do that. I mean, you can, but you're going to gain weight. And so I was kind of just starting to see my weight go up and up and up. And I'm like, So now that I'm tracking my food, I'm weighing my food to the gram, you guys. So I know exactly what's going in my body. I mean, as exact as those nutrition apps can really be, because can you really truly measure the pure nutrition and energy and vitality you get from this food in an app? Like, does it really truly know? Like, I don't know. Like, all I know is you saw all the food that I'm eating, and that's highly nutritious. You know, that there's no powders. I'm getting all my vitamins and minerals from my food, and it is delicious. So, all right, I am going to go get off the phone. I've got a women's networking walk today. I've got to get my steps in. Part of my challenge is I'm doing 10,000 steps a day as well. Trying to make sure I'm not walking, because I was walking about 25,000 steps a day because I have a treadmill. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not walking that much, just so I can make sure to give my body a chance to recover, because I'm weight training. I'm heavy weight training. So I'm like, I don't want to be constantly walking when my body just needs to sit down and rest a little bit. But I am walking a little bit because you should be active. So all right, you guys have a great Saturday, and thank you for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions about food, about raw food. I will have this challenge available. This challenge is really, really tailored for women who are vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, whole food, you know, keto, any sort of really diet, really any diet typically. But it's easier, I think, if you're vegan or vegetarian, because you already are like cool, I don't need meat for protein, but if you feel like you need meat for protein, this challenge might be a little bit harder for you. But if you're already kind of out of that and you've already learned, like, I don't need that, I know I can survive without meat, it's easier for you to do. So this challenge will be available for purchase. I don't know, it's gonna be under $100. It's gonna be definitely very affordable for people. I wanna make this affordable, but 6 weeks of workouts, 6 weeks of meals. I have so far 25 recipes, and that's only 26 recipes, and it's been 2 weeks, and I've got 4 more weeks, so I'm going to add more recipes. It's going to be a ton of cool stuff. I've got all the links of the stuff that I actually buy. I've got, directions on how you do dry brushing and all the, like, it's huge. I was like, man, I should charge a lot more money for this, but I want to give it to you guys. I'm actually probably going to give it to my group for even cheaper, just because you guys have been around, you've been sticking around with me. It's designed for women, but everyone can do it, because all you really need to do is just adjust those calories. And how I built it is really kind of based on my body a little bit. So even women, I weigh 105 pounds. If you weigh 130, 140, 150 pounds, you're going to have to adjust the calories, So a guy would do the same thing. So I'm like, this is kind of designed for women, but anyone could do this workout. Anyone could do it. The workouts that I designed in the gym is how I like to work out. I have a fitness background. I used to be a group fitness trainer. I used to do all the stuff, but I have found a style that I like to work out, and I don't like to do the same thing over and over. I think it's really boring when you're like, cool, let me do bench press every day, let me do deadlift every week. Like, I don't like to do that. I like to do the same few staples all the time. Like, I do pull-ups or chin-ups every week. So 1 week I'm going to be doing chin-ups, and 1 week I'm going to be doing pull-ups. I love those. Push-ups. I'm always doing push-ups because push-ups are great. Deadlifts and squats are also things that I do. But other than that, I'm rotating it. So I design these really fun workouts that work multiple muscles. You're using barbells, you're using kettlebells. You do need a gym membership. So this is typically for someone that's going to a gym, or someone that has access to weights, kettlebells, or barbells, because I want you doing back squats. I want you lifting heavy. Like, this is for gym girls, as gym people. So a little bit different than this group. I know this group is really focused on pain, and a lot of people are in pain and they couldn't even imagine lifting weight. I used to be that person, not imagining lifting weight because I was in so much pain. So if you're there, I get you, I see you. It can get better. This raw food gave me my life back to be able to do this again. So this might be a little more steps, but there are some people in this group that this might be perfect for us. And maybe you're looking for something like that, a 6-week challenge. And I have so much energy, you guys. If you're looking for just energy and someone to give you guidance and someone to give you delicious meals, like, I'm not just eating, salad and fruit. Like, I'm eating a lot more. If you've seen, I'm posting a lot of my stuff in my stories. So if you don't follow me, if you're friends with me, you can check my stories, or follow me if you're not friends with me, but check my stories. I'm posting the meals that I'm actually eating in there, so you can see that. If you're friends with me on Instagram, that's the good place. I'm doing it more for myself because I'm creating this book, and I kind of forget as I'm going through things, but I'm creating a highlight reel on Instagram of all of the things in this challenge. So on Instagram, I am Healthy Detox Girl. If you're on Instagram, you can find me on Instagram under Healthy Detox Girl. And I have a highlight reel in there as fruit challenge or fruit fitness, and you can watch every single thing I'm posting. I'm not posting as much in Facebook as I am there, because that's really my documentation. Because when I'm going back and I'm doing the macros and I'm doing let me figure out what that recipe was that I put so I could put it in the book, I'm looking at that reel, because I'm like, oh, on the 27th I ate this. Let me look at my food diary, because I'm also food diarying it. So I'm comparing it, and I'm taking the exact foods and I'm giving you everything. Grocery lists, like everything, it's separated too. So it's like the fruits, the vegetables, the nuts and seeds, so everything's separated. Super easy. Making this, you don't have to do all this hard stuff that I'm doing. Like, there's a lot of work. This is like a full-time job. I'm not doing as much as my other stuff right now, but this is my full-time job. I'm building this to be able to sell it to people and then get it into a funnel and then throw it into some ads on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So you'll probably maybe see me on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook talking about getting fit and getting strong with raw foods. So I'm going to keep rambling, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this whole thing. It's so cool. But thank you guys for tuning in. Have a beautiful Saturday and eat some raw foods.